Hi kids, welcome back. You may notice the appearance of two really big bags under my eyes. It's just gone about 1:30 in the afternoon and I've not long woken up. Not because I'm a lazy git. I am a lazy git. But I had a really late night working. So yes, I am lazy, but I do work very hard. Right, I'm going to tell you a little bit, kind of officially now, I suppose, about the new short film I'm working on getting made, hopefully this year for a April release. Okay, so if you're a stranger to the channel, and I know some of you are, so we've been hovering around the 440 subscribers mark. So thank you to the at least 100 people who have joined since I did that Doctor Who video. Now I apologize that this isn't a Doctor Who reaction channel or anything like that, so please don't leave. But occasionally I will talk about Doctor Who and Star Wars and Marvel and other things like that, but I really don't want to turn into a reaction channel. I've seen how hairy it can get with people's very strong opinions, shall we say. Although that video of mine, why am I still watching Doctor Who, wasn't meant as clickbait, I had, you know, a heck of a lot of new subscribers. I had a heck of a lot of comments, most of them nice, some of them not so nice, and I don't need that. You know, YouTube doesn't pay me any money. I'm not monetized. I don't satisfy their amazing criteria for monetization, and I don't think I will for a long time. So I'm doing this purely for you know, like a hobby. Anyway, I will be doing a reaction to the Doctor Who finale. I'm not going to do one to the Interstellar Song Contest one. I will be doing a reaction on the finale of Andor, which is coming up this week, which I really can't wait for. Now we're talking hard sci-fi, right? But talking of sci-fi, back in 2017, I'm finally back on the thread where I said, if you're a stranger to this channel, back in 2017, me and some friends got together and decided to shoot a short sci-fi film. Like most sci-fi films and fan films, this wasn't a fan film based on any particular IP. It was something I came up with, and we'd shoot it outdoors and we'd put some uniforms on and we'd think of what to do. And it was going to be a short film, and in the end we just went a little bit crazy and said, let's try and shoot a feature film's worth of stuff and see if we can make that make. 'Cause if we're all going to get together for a week, let's film as much as we can. So myself and a writer friend of mine wrote a feature film. We shot it in 6 days. We shot 99% of it in 6 days. There were a couple of days of pickups and some interior shots where I and a couple of friends built a full-size spaceship cockpit, flight deck, whatever you want to call it, in someone's garage. And that was all the interior scenes. And the film was called Offworld. We had a Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter raised 5 times what we thought. We wanted like to raise about £2,000 for food and, you know, travel expenses. We ended up getting about £10,000. But on top of that, obviously Kickstarter take their 10% and stuff. And I threw a lot of my own money into it, all the savings I had. And so the budget of the film is around £10,000. While we were promoting it and trying to get it edited, we were approached by an American distribution company, and as of last year, last August, was it August or was it April? August, I think. It's now available to watch under the title Offworld Alien Planet. So, like I said, it's my first feature film. A lot of things went wrong. It's not Shakespeare. It's not an epic by any stretch of the imagination, but it's an achievement. I'm proud that we managed to get it over the finish line despite everything that went wrong. And trust me, everything went wrong. And it's out there. Now, this year, well, end of last year, I did another short film called Mummified, which was my way of getting the horror comedy thing out of my system, because I was going to do a full feature film again called Bloody Students, which still might happen, but I didn't have the budget, I didn't have the number of people helping out, so I scaled it down and did a short film, which I'm really proud of. Actually, it's a good 11 minutes of fun. So this year, it dawned on me that Offworld is coming up to, in 2027, it will be basically Offworld's 10th birthday. Although we conceived of the idea in 2016, first day of principal photography outdoors. If you see my previous video about wandering around in the countryside where we shot it, we shot that on the 10th of April 2017. So the 10th of April 2027 will be the 10th birthday, and I thought something should be done to mark it, whether it was a post or a website or a commemorative t-shirt or whatever. And in the end I said, do a short film. It'll give me a chance to revisit the world of Offworld and the characters and stuff. Put very briefly, the original film Offworld is about a crashed spaceship that lands on a planet 300 miles from where it's supposed to have landed, and the 9 remaining crew have got to walk to civilization, but everything's against them. So there's a lot of sort of open-ended situations and loose ends and questions connected to the first film, and I thought it might be fun to pick up literally 10 years later in the real world for me, and 10 years for the characters of the film. It's not going to be a full-on production. It's not going to be a proper sequel, as it were. In fact, the only character returning from the first film will be me, because I can't make a short film with 4 returning characters. Plus, there are all sorts of factors why all 4 people can't return. But I thought it might be interesting to revisit at least my character and find out what he's been up to in the 10 years since the events of that film. Yesterday was a kind of a shit just got real moment when this arrived in the post. This is a black and red workwear by Port West jacket for one of the characters. Now, why am I buying costumes when I haven't finished writing the script yet? Well, I'm impulsive, and I tend to do things like this to get me excited, and it's worked. So Port West, in fact, are the company that we used to supply the outfits for the first film. This is slightly different, but I like it. So officially, the film is called Offworld Survivors. That's a temporary poster. We're going to have a proper poster once we get some photos done and more obviously get the costumes as well. And yeah, it's going to be hopefully a short film, no longer than 15 minutes. I've got most of the people in front of and behind the camera from Mummified to help me out on this. I don't know about fundraising yet. At the moment, I'm paying for everything myself, if I can afford it, but I have taken a big drop in income this year. So it may be, if there's enough interest, that we can raise some money with crowdfunder, GoFundMe, Kickstarter, I don't know, raffles. We've got a couple of conventions coming up this year that we can make an appearance at. They tend to help raise some funds and some awareness of the film, and might be fun to see. Anyway, that's really all I wanted to talk about. We do have an Instagram account called Offworld Survivors. Only 2 posts on there at the moment, but that will get busier as time goes by. There's also the original Offworld Instagram account and Facebook page. But that film is released and completed, and it's almost kind of like, that's it, it's done. Offworld Survivors is purely my thing, and we're going to see how far we get with that this year. My plan is to release it completely freely, no distributors, no costs. Just stick it onto YouTube on the 10th of April 2027, just to commemorate the 10-year mark. So that's the plan, and I'm in early pre-production. Like I said, I'm buying some stuff. I'm looking at props and costumes. I went to look at locations on Sunday, and I've written a very decent storyline, which I've got to turn into a script now. I've cast myself because I was in the first film, and it kind of, if you imagine Castaway with Tom Hanks, that's kind of what my character's doing now. And he gets visited by a scientist stroke investigator who is trying to piece together more details about the original crash, and they come across my character, who was the pilot of the film. Thought I'd note that this film, this short, will be certainly dedicated to my friend Kit Summerfield, who originally played the pilot in Offworld, but wasn't able to finish the entire role, so I stepped in and took over. Unfortunately, Kit passed away from a long illness last year, and I'd known him for years before that, and he was a super nice bloke. Everyone who knows him are very, to this day, still very shocked by his passing. So I'm dedicating the film to Kit, spiritually taking the character of Russ Price, who he played to begin with, then I played, forward. So I won't keep making videos about this unless I got something very important to show off or to talk about. But just to let you know, the project of the year and of the next 18 months is going to be Offworld Survivors, and I would love it if you would let me know your thoughts, show me some support, and try not to kick me when I'm down, because that's what YouTube does very well, actually. And it should be a fun time. I do like getting out and about. I like the fact that I get to return to acting. I haven't done any acting for a long time. And also I'll be directing this as well, and writing it. Now, I don't want to be the whole writing, acting, directing, everything else, but when it's all down to me, I have to cast myself in as many things as possible. But I've got some good people on board, and I've got some good actors in mind. I've got some great effects and CGI and all those kinds of things, post-production stuff. I've got a good camera crew and sound people in mind, and I'm sure it's going to be equally as good a film as Mummified, if not better. So look out for my Andor. The next video will probably be the Andor reaction to the final episode, because that's been gathering momentum, and it's a cracking piece of TV. In a couple of weeks, I will be talking about the Doctor Who finale for season 2, and where do we go from here with Doctor Who, as its future is a little bit uncertain at the moment, and anything else that takes my fancy. I can't remember. Anyway, that's it for now. So keep it here, and I will see you next time.